Now you may be wondering, why do we have 3 boxes of HS35? Do we just really enjoy this headset? And no, it just means that we've gone through 3 of these headsets. And if you want to know why this headset looks like Ron Weasley's wand in the Chamber of Secrets, then watch the rest of this video. So please just pardon the amount of B-roll that is going to feature this sellotape, but we'll explain how it got there in the video. So today we'll be taking a look at one of Corsair's popular headset offerings to see how it stacks up in a hugely competitive price spectrum. That's right, it's the Corsair HS35 Gaming headset. As this is one of the cheapest headsets on the market, it'll be very interesting to see how it stacks up against high-performing alternatives such as the Astro A10, HyperX Cloud Stingers, and Razer Krakens. With all that in mind, let's waste no further time and dive straight into the review. Firstly, we'll touch on the design. Corsair, like always, has given the HS35 a fairly subtle design that falls away from the gaming characteristic we're more used to seeing with other brands' products. It is the kind of headset that wouldn't look out of place if worn to the shops or on public transport, a design trait that certainly opens this headset up to a wider audience. Now, this is a budget headset and as such is primarily made using plastic, with the addition of some steel used within the headband. The HS35s we purchased sport an all-black colour theme and they look a little basic when compared to the other headsets of this price point. That being said though, this headset does come in a number of different colour variants, all of which are geared towards specific devices and platforms, albeit with no actual technical differences. The HS35s come to the table with large oval ear cups that sport the Corsair logo on either side. The outside of the ear cup has a speaker-like aesthetic comprised of 2 ovals separated by a glossy ring layer. Inside the ear cups, users are treated to extremely comfortable memory foam covered with a fabric material that feels soft and breathable. The ear cup forks are again made of plastic and don't really offer anything in terms of design features. The headband, like 99% of today's gaming headsets, comes with around 30mm of adjustment on either side. Volume controls and a mute button can be found on the back of the left ear cup, making on-fly changes extremely easy, especially if you don't have dedicated media keys on your keyboard. The cable has also been finished with a rubberized coating that is non-abrasive and fairly robust. Unlike the HS60 Pros that we recently tested from Corsair, the HS35s didn't offer as much when it came to the build quality department. The first thing I noticed when removing the HS35s from their packaging was just how light they actually were. While that is usually great for gaming, it usually tells me that somewhere along the way, build quality has been compromised, especially in budget headsets like this one. The ear cups, for a start, feel extremely well made in both comfort and general build rigidity. The forks that hold the ear cups in place have a firm fitting that doesn't offer any wiggle or rattle. The ear cup lining feels well installed and the plastic used for the ear cups themselves held up well to our robustness tests. Sadly though, that is where most of the positives end. The plastic used in the headband leaves a lot to be desired. It feels pretty cheap, quite fragile, and should be handled with care. And that's where our short story of this comes into play. So one of our team members, not naming names, Jacob, was wearing this headset and was simply asked to take it off, and as he just lifted it off his head, it snapped in half. So if that doesn't speak to the build quality, I don't know what does. Usually, during this section of the review, we would do a few flexibility tests on the headband itself. However, thanks to better judgment, we've decided not to do that. Ultimately, the build quality is a little hit or miss. The headset feels well made and comfortable, however others, mainly the headband, feel pretty dreadful. Thankfully, the comfort department makes up for a lot of the ground that was lost in the build quality section. The headset sits on your head very softly, applying little strain on the neck and head, while only offering a slight hugging sensation from the headband pressure. The ear cups feature a memory foam padding which feels very soft and adaptable. The breathable fabric used on the ear cups will most likely be a talking point amongst the consuming public, as it can be hit or miss for a lot of people. For me personally though, I thought the ear cups felt great. Another nice feature that we haven't touched upon yet is the slight swivel the ear cups have. It may only be subtle, but the ear cups have a little swivel to them, meaning you can alter the headset to meet your exact needs. Now let's move on to the sound. As per usual, I decided to kickstart the sound performance testing of the HS35s by listening to a number of different musical genres. I like to do this as it gives me a better understanding of the range this headset has to play with and what sounds it can and cannot create. Whilst the bass was quite prominent, similar to the HS60 Pro surround sound headset, the 50mm drivers this headset comes with just didn't provide that warm, full-bodied sound that you'd like to hear when listening to music. The mids seemed a little washed out and the highs felt quite gritty and sharp, which, even though not great for music, isn't always a bad thing for gaming. My ability to pick out enemies was certainly heightened and I could easily tell which height and area that they were coming from. And Corsair has described the sound as custom tuned for gaming, and after a few short games while using the headset, you can kind of see what they mean. The gritty high end of this headset plays a major role in spatial awareness, allowing users to hear footsteps and gunfire very accurately, while the bass does still come through quite prominently, making sniper shots and explosions sound realistic and immersive. It doesn't overpower any crucial sound cues while gaming. There isn't really a great amount of detail that can be extrapolated when discussing the microphone, however. This is mainly due to its simplicity. The microphone is detachable and it sits firmly in the left ear cup. The mic offers good flexibility and feels pretty robust. The microphone is heavily noise cancelled, meaning it doesn't pick up huge amounts of ambient noise. Always a useful positive, especially if you plan on using a mechanical keyboard. In terms of features, Corsair has decided to equip the HS35s with a generic 3.5mm jack, which almost any device, as long as it has an audio jack input, will be able to use. This automatically markets this headset to Xbox, PS4, tablet, laptop, phone, and even MP3 users, making it an extremely versatile headset. The HS35s are an extremely comfortable headset, and I thank that to the lightweight design. Coming in at a mere 250 grams makes this one of the lightest headsets we've had the pleasure of testing. It sits on your head with very little resistance and puts almost no strain on your neck or shoulders. This is the kind of headset that you could wear for very long periods of time and feel little to no effects from doing so. Do I think this headset showcased good value for money? Well, considering it's one of the cheapest headsets on the market and offers comparable sound and build quality to similarly priced alternatives, I'd be inclined to say yes, absolutely. To cut a long story short, deciding whether or not that this headset is right for you comes down to your specific needs and what you prioritize in a headset. If all you need is a budget headset that gives you adequate sound, stops people moaning at the constant explosion coming from the monitor or TV you're playing on, or you just need an all-in-one solution where you can play and interact with your friends, then this headset will most likely do it for you. If you can get past the fact that if you remove this from your head too quickly that it will quite literally spontaneously combust, then it is an alright headset. If you are prone to the frequent rage outbreak, then this headset most likely will not stand the test of time. You will have to be very careful with this headset, making sure not to leave it about because the slightest touch will snap the headband. As always guys, links to the product will be in the description down below for you to go and check out. If you enjoyed the video at all, we would love if you could leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new to the channel, hit the notification button whilst you're down there so you never miss an upload, and we'll see you in the next one.